the Stench of Redemption, which is what I'm going to be looking at this Sunday. It's overall a pretty solid record. Good playing on all parts. The vocals are incredible, and I'll go more in depth later. And I overall just think it's a very good. The guitar playing on the album is pretty good. Overall, there's a lot of your typical death metal stuff, which they tend to stick to for the whole album. There are times where they change it up, and there's notably on this track "Homage for Satan," they have this kind of bridgy part where they have this descending riff, which is I'm pretty sure they're muting the strings and picking them out. But it's a pretty good guitar work. The soloing actually is fantastic. I really didn't expect it. Hearing, I expected the typical death metal stuff, but then they started soloing, and I thought that the solos were actually really good, showing a lot of talent and time spent behind the guitar. So overall, the guitar work is pretty good, and they do have some of their more shining moments. Drumming on the album is very solid. It's very good. It's more of your typical death metal stuff, like as I said with the guitar. It's very fast, of course, to match the pace of the songs, and they do a lot of blast beats and what I would call a thrash beat, just because it's popular in most thrash songs, and I'll play. The cool thing I thought that they did, and they did a lot on the solos, or when the vocals were taking a break, what they do is they would switch from what I'd call a thrash beat to a blast beat. And it's really cool though, because I never really heard that. A lot of times the drums are very consistent, maybe throwing an occasional drum roll. But I thought it was really cool that they switched, and he would go from one to the other and go back. And it would only be like in brief periods of time. So we'd play one for 5-10 seconds, and he'd play another for a short period of time, and then repeat the process. And it was really cool, really interesting. But otherwise, nothing really innovative from the drums. It was definitely good playing, and it was very impressive. Drum rolls were typical, but overall it was very good. The vocalist, as well as the bass player from Deicide, Glenn Benton, he is, in my opinion, very, very good. He's got a really deep guttural growl, which is not your typical death metal. I mean, it's typical for them growls and guttural and stuff like that, but a lot of times when I hear people go that low, they don't really growl as much as they just kind of gurgle. So it's really cool to hear someone who gets that low on a growl, and I thought that was really kind of interesting. The vocals are fantastic though, and if you haven't heard them, I definitely just go check them out. My favorite track on the album was the opening track, which is also the title track, the Stench of Redemption. I think that it really shows, the good musicianship, as well as the song structure was very well done. The vocals are great, just like the rest of the album, and it really shows his low and high vocals very well. They also do vocal harmonies of the, the higher scream and the lower scream, which is really, in my opinion, a good thing to do when you have any type of harmony. So I'm going to play that for you, and I hope you enjoy. Alright, this is Kyle with the Unholy Sunday Review, and I hope you see me next week. This is